Hey, let's change gears. An LAPD cop accused of racism after he responded to a call and restrained Django Unchained actress Danielle Watts. The cop now vindicated after releasing this audio recording to TMZ. Let's listen.
Somebody called, which means gives me the right to be here, so it gives me the right to identify you.
Do you know how many times I've been called, the cops have been called just for being black?
That is
just
not,
because we're black and he's white? I'm just being really honest,
Who brought up a race card? Why?
Wow. But now retired police sergeant Jim Parker may be forced to pay $10,000 for leaking that recording to TMZ. Is this a slap in the face to law enforcement, or did he indeed go over the line? Here to debate it is attorney Lisa Giovanzo and criminal defense attorney Whitney Boan. Lisa, you got a problem with this. You had a problem with the officer releasing to TMZ, correct?
You know, actually, he did the wrong thing for the right reason. We have a police officer who was on duty. This video was recorded while he was on duty. It was then archived with LAPD and released. It was non-exculpatory. So you have to wonder how he got hold of the video and how he released it. I mean, that said, should the video have been out there? Possibly to exonerate the police officer, but he shouldn't have released it. Maybe the district attorney should have come to the defense of the police officer.
But Whitney, he didn't want to wait. He's seen stuff like this happen before, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, what's really troubling here is this officer, Sergeant Parker, acted exactly like we would want someone to act who's a law enforcement officer in that situation. His composure was pretty much unparalleled in my 12 years of experience of being a criminal defense attorney, where it is my job to be critical about how officers act in situations with civilians. However, this recording was his. This recording belonged to him, but even more than that, this recording belonged to the public. It belonged to the people of the city of LA. And so it being released was completely appropriate. He had every right to release it, especially when the city knew about it and didn't release it themselves, even though he was being drugged through the mud. His family was being exposed to all this criticism. He was being exposed to all this criticism. It's the internet. It doesn't go away. This had lasting effects on his life, and he had every right to defend himself and to release it. It's insult to injury now that they're trying to go after him for money. It's completely inappropriate.
You're raising a question. Do police officers keep every video recording? We couldn't have that kind of a process in the United States of America.
He made the recording himself. This was his practice for 26 years.
So, Whitney, Lisa's worried about precedent. So if every cop says, oh, I think I'm going to call up TMZ or Fox News and I'm going to release my version of the story, then it's chaos. That's what Lisa's saying.
Well, in this situation, you know, the city of LA had a choice. They knew about the video. They were aware of it because he handed it over to them. And I've seen police officers record things on their own for years. And most agencies have a policy that then, yes, you have to hand it over to the department. He did that. They knew about it, and they didn't do anything to rectify the situation and let him have his name drugged through the mud.
I think that the police agency, LAPD, and the district attorney's office had an obligation to utilize this video, which, if he was charged, he would have received it as exculpatory evidence. But he wasn't. He was totally exonerated. He just wasn't exonerated in social media, which raises the issue. Should they have protected him more and more?
Charged by this commission for ethics.
All right, Whitney, thanks so much. Lisa, great job. And sadly, once again, a cop seems to be getting fined for trying to back up the fact that he's doing his job. But whether he should have done that, that's the legal case. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks.